The story begins with Earth in ruins. The planet that once flourished is now a battlefield, burning under the shadows of giant alien warships. The skies are filled with smoke, and the ground is scarred by massive craters from orbital bombardments. Entire cities lie in ruins. Millions of people have already perished in the Vraxian invasion, and the remaining survivors are scattered across the globe, hiding from the relentless enemy. In the heart of the chaos, we meet Captain Isaac, the commander of Earth's last surviving space fleet. His once proud fleet, now reduced to a few battered ships, hovers above the planet, watching as the enemy ships loom overhead. Isaac stands alone on the bridge of his flagship, staring out into the abyss of space. He feels the weight of his people's hope on his shoulders, yet the odds are against them. The Vraxians, a highly advanced alien species, have already conquered countless planets, and Earth is the last one standing. The camera zooms in on Isaac's face, an expression of both exhaustion and determination. His once strong crew has dwindled, morale shattered by years of losing battles. Earth, their home, is on the verge of falling. As Isaac gazes down at the burning remains of his planet, a cold voice echoes over the communication system. It is the Vraxian AI, a ruthless, calculating machine that controls the alien forces. The AI taunts humanity's defeat, broadcasting its victory to every corner of the galaxy. Your resistance is futile. The Earth shall fall like all others, the voice says. Isaac clenches his fists, his heart heavy with the knowledge that his people are about to lose everything. The camera shifts to Earth's surface, where the last remnants of human forces are making their final stand. A ragtag group of soldiers, civilians, and resistance fighters have been holding off the Vraxian army, but their weapons are outdated, and their ships are barely functioning. The humans are outmatched, and the Vraxians know it. They have the superior technology, AI-driven war machines, and nearly limitless resources. The humans? They have courage, but it's not enough. In a moment of desperation, Isaac makes a decision. Prepare for the final assault, he orders. His crew, some of the last soldiers of humanity, quietly move into position. Their ships creak and groan, damaged from years of battle. The weapons on their ships are ancient compared to the Vraxians' arsenal. Yet Isaac knows this is their last chance. If they don't act now, humanity will be wiped out for good. The camera shifts to the massive Vraxian flagship, hovering over Earth's capital city. The alien ship's weapons charge, ready to fire a devastating energy beam that will obliterate the last of humanity's cities. The countdown begins, T-10 minutes. The sound of the countdown fills the ship as Isaac watches helplessly. His eyes never leave the screen, where the Vraxian ship is preparing to unleash its final attack. The tension is unbearable. "Sir, the Vraxian ship is charging its weapons," reports Lieutenant Kelly, one of Isaac's most trusted officers. "We don't have much time." Isaac doesn't respond. His mind races. Their fleet is small, and their resources are almost gone. There's no way they can stop the Vraxian ship. But in the distance, there's a glimmer of hope, rumors of reinforcements. A fleet of ships, survivors from Earth's other colonies, is said to be en route. The question is, can they arrive in time? Isaac's crew has been holding on to this hope for weeks, but with the countdown ticking down, they can't wait any longer. They need to act now. As the camera focuses on the alien ship, the countdown hits T-5 minutes. Isaac quickly issues orders to his crew. They will engage the enemy in a last-ditch attempt to destroy the flagship before it can launch its final strike. Their mission is clear: stop the Vraxians at all costs. But as they prepare to launch their assault, Isaac can't shake the feeling that they are about to face their last battle. The camera shifts to the Vraxian flagship. The massive alien ship's weapons are now fully charged, and the city below lies within its crosshairs. The countdown continues, T-2 minutes. Isaac's fleet, despite their desperation, moves into position, ready to make their assault. His flagship is the first to engage. The crew braces for the inevitable fight, knowing that their chances of success are slim. But they must try. The camera shows human fighters launching from the fleet, their engines roaring as they move to intercept the alien ships. It's an act of sheer defiance. As Isaac's ship makes its final approach, the Vraxian AI broadcasts its mocking voice across the comms. "You think you can stop me? Your puny fleet is no match for my superior technology." Isaac grips the console in front of him, his jaw clenched. "We fight for Earth. We fight for humanity," he mutters to himself. He knows this could be the end. But there's no turning back now. The human ships exchange fire with the Vraxian fleet. The battle is fierce, with bright energy blasts lighting up the darkened sky. Isaac's ship is hit several times, but it holds together. The remaining human ships struggle to keep up, their weapons sputtering in the face of overwhelming alien power. But just as the battle seems hopeless, a surprise appears in the distance. The rumored reinforcements have arrived. A new fleet of human ships, equipped with reverse-engineered Vraxian tech, drops out of hyperspace. They are cloaked, stealthy, and deadly. The humans, now reinforced, push forward with renewed vigor. Their cloaked ships take out several Vraxian warships, and the tide of battle begins to turn. Isaac's eyes widen as he realizes that the reinforcements are not a myth, they are real. The humans have a chance after all. But the countdown to destruction is still ticking down. Can they stop the Vraxians before the final shot is fired? The camera cuts back to the countdown, which now reads, T-30 seconds. As the camera pulls back, showing the fierce battle between the human and Vraxian forces, the countdown nears its end. Isaac's heart races as his fleet pushes forward. The fate of humanity is hanging in the balance. Will the reinforcements be enough to save them? Or will Earth be destroyed in a final, devastating blow? The screen goes black just as the countdown hits 0. The audience is left hanging, wondering what will happen next. Will humanity survive, or is this the end? As the battle rages on above Earth, the last shred of hope seems to be fading. Isaac's fleet, battered and outgunned, continues to hold its ground, but it's clear they're fighting a losing war. The Vraxians, with their superior weaponry in numbers, press forward relentlessly. Isaac watches helplessly as more human ships are destroyed, their wreckage drifting in space. Earth's fate is becoming more certain with each passing second. Suddenly, just as all seems lost, something extraordinary happens. The sensors aboard Isaac's flagship flicker, and an unexpected signal appears on the radar. It's faint at first, barely noticeable, but then it grows stronger. Isaac's heart skips a beat as he stares at the screen. There, emerging from the shadows of deep space, is a fleet of human ships. These aren't the regular forces Isaac knows, they're different. These ships are cloaked, hidden in plain sight, and their technology seems far more advanced than anything the Earth had left. The fleet, appearing out of nowhere, begins to move swiftly towards the Vraxian fleet. Isaac's crew looks on in awe as the mysterious ships come into view, their sleek, stealthy forms cutting through the darkness of space. As the camera zooms in on the ships, it becomes clear, these are survivors, humans who've been hiding on the outskirts of the galaxy, far beyond the reach of the Vraxian Empire. For years, they've been in the shadows, slowly rebuilding their strength and studying the alien technology they'd managed to steal from the first Vraxian assault. Now, they've returned, not just to fight for Earth but to reclaim what was lost. At the helm of this hidden fleet is General Amelia, a brilliant tactician and a survivor of the original conflict. Known for her sharp mind and cunning strategies, Amelia is a name that strikes fear into the hearts of those who have fought alongside her. She was once thought to be dead, lost in the early days of the war. But now, she reappears like a ghost from the past, leading this secret fleet of human warriors. Her leadership and battle-hardened experience give Isaac and his team a renewed sense of purpose. Amelia's ships, equipped with technology far beyond what the Vraxians have ever seen, are capable of cloaking themselves in the shadows, making them nearly invisible to enemy sensors. This technology, combined with the AI-assisted warships that can anticipate enemy movements, gives the human forces an unexpected edge. The Vraxians, too focused on their superiority, fail to notice the threat until it's too late. The human fleet, now visible to the Vraxians, opens fire with precision. Explosions rip through the cold void of space as the cloaked ships engage the alien forces. The sleek human warships, armed with advanced weaponry and AI-assisted targeting systems, devastate part of the Vraxian fleet. Laser fire streaks across the sky like fireworks, while the enemy ships, caught off guard, struggle to regroup. The Vraxians retaliate, but they are no match for the speed and stealth of the human ships. Every movement is calculated, every shot fired with purpose. As the camera zooms in on the battle, the audience sees the chaos unfold, Vraxian ships erupting in fiery explosions, their shields failing against the precision strikes from the human fleet. Isaac watches from the bridge of his flagship, unable to believe what he's seeing. The sudden appearance of this powerful new force turns the tide of the battle. For the first time in what feels like years, there's a chance that humanity might just win. The camera cuts to the action as the newly arrived fleet engages the Vraxians. Explosions light up the sky, sending ripples through the fabric of space. Laser fire cuts through the darkness like a deadly dance of light, and the Vraxian ships, once so imposing, now find themselves outmaneuvered at every turn. One Vraxian ship, larger than the rest, attempts to fire its massive energy beam at Earth, but before it can charge its weapon, a human ship, cloaked in the shadows, flanks it from the side. With a well-placed shot, the ship's shields fail, and the Vraxian vessel explodes in a brilliant flash. The human fleet's cloaking devices give them the advantage, as they strike from unexpected angles, rendering the Vraxians unable to respond effectively. The sheer power of the new human fleet is undeniable. Their AI-controlled warships anticipate the enemy's every move, countering with lightning-fast precision. It's a display of advanced technology and skill, something Isaac and his crew had thought impossible. For the first time, the humans have the upper hand. Isaac's crew, once weary and disheartened, now watch in awe as the Vraxians are pushed back. The humans, having fought against overwhelming odds for so long, now see a glimmer of hope. Isaac himself is almost speechless, his mind racing with the realization that this fleet of hidden survivors, with their advanced technology and tactical genius, might just be humanity's salvation. But amidst the chaos, there's a personal moment for Isaac. He knows the price humanity has paid to get to this point, so many lives lost, so many sacrifices made. Seeing General Amelia at the forefront of the battle stirs something deep within him. He remembers her bravery, her cunning, and the way she always believed that humanity could fight back, even when everyone else had given up. As the battle continues to unfold, the humans push forward with renewed strength. The Vraxians, taken by surprise, struggle to regroup. For once, they're the ones on the defensive. As the camera pans out, the battle is far from over, but the tide has shifted. The Vraxian fleet is in disarray, and humanity's forces, led by General Amelia, have made their mark. The camera lingers on Isaac's face as he watches the destruction of the Vraxian ships. His expression is one of disbelief, mixed with hope. The mysterious fleet, long thought to be a myth, has arrived just in time. The sudden appearance of these powerful ships gives the humans the chance they so desperately needed. It's a turning point in the war, a sign that perhaps, just perhaps, Earth and humanity still have a future. As the human ships continue to clash with the Vraxians, the camera zooms in on General Amelia, who stands at the helm of her ship, her face focused and determined. She's the key to their victory, and with her leadership, humanity may finally stand a chance at reclaiming what was lost. With the human fleet now in full force, the tide of battle has shifted, but the war is far from over. The Vraxians, enraged by the sudden appearance of these cloaked human ships, regroup and retaliate with full force. They launch their counterattack, firing powerful beams and missiles from their flagship, determined to crush the resistance once and for all. However, the humans aren't backing down. General Amelia and Captain Isaac, both seasoned warriors with an unwavering commitment to Earth's survival, know that the only way to win is to take the fight directly to the Vraxian flagship. This ship, the heart of the alien fleet, is the most powerful vessel they've ever faced. Destroying it would cripple the Vraxians and give humanity a fighting chance. Isaac, his ship heavily damaged from the earlier battle, is in no condition to fight, but he refuses to leave the battlefield. His determination is unshakable. He joins forces with Amelia, who has a cunning plan. Together, they decide to strike at the Vraxian flagship, using their advanced cloaking devices to sneak past the alien fleet's defenses. It's a dangerous mission, but they have no other choice. This is their last chance. The camera follows Isaac's ship as it moves stealthily through space, cloaked and nearly invisible to the Vraxians. General Amelia's fleet, still in the fight, continues to engage the Vraxians from the front, drawing their attention. This gives Isaac and his crew the opening they need to make their way closer to the flagship. The plan is to infiltrate the flagship's defenses and strike at its weak spots before it can retaliate. The tension is high as they approach their target. Isaac's heart pounds in his chest, knowing that one wrong move could mean the end. The Vraxians, oblivious to the approaching threat, are focused on the larger battle, unaware that the humans are planning a direct assault on their most powerful ship. But as they near the flagship, disaster strikes. A Vraxian scout ship detects a slight anomaly, a disturbance in space caused by the human fleet's cloaking technology. The alarm blares on the flagship, and suddenly, the humans' cover is blown. The Vraxians react swiftly, launching waves of missiles and drones toward Isaac's ship. Isaac's ship shakes violently as the missiles hit their mark, sending sparks flying across the bridge. The crew struggles to maintain control as the ship's systems begin to fail. Yet, Isaac refuses to turn back. His voice cracks through the comms as he orders his crew to press on, despite the damage. They're so close. They can't back out now. With the element of surprise gone, the battle becomes a desperate fight for survival. The human fleet, under General Amelia's command, is still battling the Vraxian forces, using advanced cloaking technology and AI-controlled drones to gain the upper hand. The AI-controlled drones are smaller, faster, and more precise than the Vraxian ships, moving like a swarm of deadly bees. They strike from unexpected angles, outmaneuvering the Vraxians and cutting down their forces one by one. Isaac's ship, despite being heavily damaged, joins the fray, cloaking and darting between enemy ships. The crew launches torpedoes and laser blasts, each one aimed with pinpoint accuracy. But the Vraxians are relentless. Their ships, though slower and bulkier, are heavily armored and armed with massive energy weapons. The human fleet fights valiantly, but the odds are still stacked against them. The intensity of the battle is overwhelming. Ships on both sides explode in bursts of light, their wreckage scattering across the dark expanse of space. The camera captures the chaos, a dazzling display of lasers, missiles, and energy beams as human and alien ships clash in close-quarter dogfights. The backdrop is filled with massive orbital bombardments lighting up the sky, as huge pieces of debris float in zero gravity, adding to the destruction. Isaac's ship is taking heavy damage, but the crew presses on, pushing through the pain. The walls tremble as another blast hits their ship, but Isaac, with determination in his eyes, orders the crew to continue their assault. His voice rings with the strength of someone who has seen Earth nearly destroyed and isn't about to let that happen again. His words are a rallying cry for the crew, their resolve hardening with every moment. The visuals are breathtaking as the battle rages on. The camera captures massive energy beams from the Vraxian flagship, each one lighting up the black void of space like a comet streaking across the sky. The human ships, though smaller and fewer in number, fight with everything they have, launching precision strikes at the Vraxian fleet. Each shot is a gamble. If they miss, the Vraxians will retaliate with devastating force. The space around them is a swirling chaos of explosions and laser fire. The human ships, cloaked and agile, weave through the bombardment, dodging and striking. They engage in fierce dogfights with Vraxian drones, which explode in brilliant flashes of light. The camera pans over the battlefield, capturing the destruction, ships torn apart, debris scattering in every direction, and the faint glow of distant explosions lighting up the horizon. At the same time, the emotional stakes are high. Every ship destroyed is a loss to humanity, but Isaac and his crew are determined. The humans may be the underdogs, but they have something the Vraxians don't: resilience. The will to fight for their home, for their future, for Earth. As the battle reaches its peak, Isaac and Emilia's strategy comes to fruition. They've drawn the Vraxians into a trap. The human fleet, although battered, has done enough damage to the Vraxian forces, forcing them to focus on defending their flagship. This opens a narrow window of opportunity for Isaac and his ship to strike the heart of the Vraxian fleet. With a final burst of energy, Isaac orders his crew to launch everything they have left at the flagship's weak spot. The missiles, charged with the last of their energy, fly through space, and with a violent explosion, they hit their target. The Vraxian flagship trembles as its shields fail. Isaac's crew cheers, but they know the battle isn't over yet. This is only the beginning. As the flagship begins to crumble, the camera zooms in on Isaac's face, a look of relief and determination written across it. His crew, battered but unbroken, watches as the tide of the battle begins to turn in their favor. The humans have taken their first victory against the Vraxians, but the fight for Earth is far from over. As the battle for Earth rages on, the human forces are pushed to their limits. Isaac and his crew have already faced overwhelming odds and have suffered great losses. Yet, they continue to fight, driven by the hope that they can save their planet from the Vraxian onslaught. The stakes could not be higher, and the atmosphere is filled with tension. Every move, every decision, could mean life or death for those involved. Amidst the chaos, tragedy strikes. Bonner, Isaac's closest friend and one of the most skilled pilots in the fleet, is caught in the line of fire. The scene is heart-wrenching. Bonner's ship, damaged from previous battles, is hit by a barrage of Vraxian missiles. It explodes in a blinding flash of light, and the camera lingers on Isaac's face as he watches his friend's death unfold. His eyes fill with a mixture of sorrow and rage, but he remains focused. He cannot afford to falter, not now. The battle is far from over, and Bonner's sacrifice cannot be in vain. The death of Bonner hits Isaac hard, and the emotional weight is felt across the entire crew. Bonner was not just a soldier, he was family. His loss sends a wave of grief throughout the human forces, making their resolve even stronger. Isaac, though devastated, knows that this is a war they cannot afford to lose. He channels his pain into determination, leading his team with a renewed sense of urgency. The death of Bonner is a turning point in the battle. The crew, inspired by Bonner's sacrifice, fights with even greater intensity. The visuals convey this shift in mood, a burst of energy from the human fleet as they retaliate against the Vraxians. The camera zooms in on Isaac's face, showing the deep sorrow and pain in his eyes, but also his unwavering focus. He pushes forward, knowing that Bonner's death has given them all the motivation they need to win this fight. The battle intensifies as human ships and Vraxian forces clash in violent exchanges. Explosions light up the void of space as human forces break through Vraxian defenses with more precision and speed. The human fleet, though outnumbered and outgunned, fights with the determination of soldiers who have nothing left to lose. Every ship destroyed, every victory won, feels like a tribute to Bonner and all those who have fallen. Despite the heavy losses, the humans are making headway. The Vraxian fleet is beginning to show signs of strain, their once unbeatable defenses crumbling. The camera shifts between close-ups of the human soldiers' faces, grim determination etched in every line, and the wreckage of Vraxian ships drifting through space. The contrast between the humans' resilience and the Vraxians' growing desperation is clear. The humans are fighting for more than just survival, they are fighting for the memory of those they've lost. But just as hope seems to be rising, a shocking betrayal shakes the foundation of Isaac's crew. In the middle of the battle, it is revealed that one of Isaac's trusted officers, Lieutenant Harris, has been a Vraxian sympathizer all along. For months, Harris has been secretly sabotaging the human fleet's efforts, sending information to the enemy, and even planting faulty equipment to weaken their defenses. The revelation comes as a devastating blow. Isaac, who has trusted Harris and considered him a loyal officer, feels a deep sense of betrayal. The camera captures Isaac's reaction, his face hardening as he processes the truth. The betrayal feels like a knife to the heart. The crew's morale takes a hit as they realize that someone among them has been working for the enemy all this time. The sense of betrayal spreads like wildfire, making it difficult for the crew to trust anyone fully. For a moment, it seems like the mission could fall apart. The crew is shaken, divided by the betrayal. Doubt creeps into their minds, and the tension is palpable. Isaac, however, refuses to let the betrayal break them. He orders Harris to be detained, but he also makes it clear that they cannot afford to let this setback derail their mission. They are too close to victory. The Vraxians are not invincible, and the humans cannot let their internal strife distract them from their goal. The camera captures the emotions of the crew as they process the betrayal. There are close-ups of the officers' faces, shocked, angry, and confused. The music swells with intensity as the realization sets in. But Isaac's voice cuts through the chaos, strong and unwavering. He tells the crew that they must not let Harris's actions define them. They will finish what they started. They will win this war. As Harris is taken away, the camera cuts back to the battle. The Vraxians, sensing the turmoil within the human ranks, try to exploit the situation, but the humans are determined. With renewed focus, they push forward, refusing to let the betrayal tear them apart. The visuals show human ships weaving through Vraxian forces, their cloaking devices allowing them to strike unexpectedly. There is a renewed sense of purpose in every movement. Isaac leads the charge, his resolve steely and unyielding. The battle rages on, but the crew is unified once again, stronger for having faced the betrayal head-on. They fight not just for Earth, but for the memory of their fallen comrades, for Bonner, and for the future that they all hope to rebuild. The battle reaches a critical point as the human forces, despite the betrayal and the losses, begin to gain the upper hand. The Vraxian flagship is within reach, its defenses weakened by the earlier attacks. Isaac and his crew make one final push, launching everything they have left at the flagship. The camera shows the human fleet, battered but determined, as they charge toward their target. The intensity of the final assault is overwhelming. The visuals are filled with explosions and laser fire, as the human fleet gives its all for the final push. Isaac's ship, battered but still operational, leads the charge. The camera focuses on Isaac's face, devastated by loss, yet driven by the need to protect what's left of humanity. As the flagship is finally destroyed, a wave of relief washes over Isaac's crew. The Vraxians have been defeated, and Earth has been saved. But as the camera pans out, we know that the cost of this victory has been high, too high for many, including Bonner. The crew is left to mourn their losses, but also to look ahead to a future where humanity can rebuild. The battle for Earth is over. But the scars left by betrayal and sacrifice will stay with Isaac and his crew forever. After the intense battles and devastating losses, the human forces are reinvigorated by their determination to see the war through. Isaac, Amelia, and the rest of the crew know that this is their final opportunity to save Earth and take down the Vraxian AI that has caused so much destruction. The Vraxian flagship, once thought to be impenetrable, now stands before them, a symbol of both their enemy's power and their last hope. The humans, battered and bruised from the previous battles, have one final push left in them. They've lost so much, but they are driven by the memory of those they've lost, like Bonner, and the promise of a future that's still within reach. As the camera captures the weary yet determined expressions of Isaac and his crew, we feel their desperation and courage. They know this battle will decide everything. There's no turning back now. The human fleet surrounds the Vraxian flagship, its imposing silhouette dominating the stars. The camera zooms in, showing the intensity of the standoff. The human ships, now reinforced with cloaking technology and advanced AI drones, are ready to launch their final assault. However, this is not just a battle of ships anymore, it's a race against time, as Isaac and his team prepare for the final confrontation inside the Vraxian flagship itself. Inside the flagship, the atmosphere is tense and oppressive. The humans board the enemy vessel, moving through its dark and cold corridors. The camera focuses on their expressions. Steely determination mixed with the weight of the knowledge that their every move is critical. The AI controlling the ship, a highly intelligent and powerful entity, is watching them closely. Its presence is almost suffocating. It has predicted every human move so far, and its robotic defenses are nearly impossible to breach. The team fights their way through the flagship, encountering elite Vraxian soldiers at every turn. The corridors are narrow and winding, making every encounter a deadly close-quarters battle. The sound of blaster fire echoes through the halls as Isaac, Amelia, and their team fight to reach the heart of the ship, where the AI is located. The action is fast-paced and brutal. Every corner hides a potential ambush, every room a new challenge. The humans are skilled, but they're outnumbered and outgunned. The Vraxian soldiers, enhanced by the AI's technology, are formidable adversaries. The humans move in sync, their teamwork impeccable despite the pressure. Isaac leads the charge, his face set in determination, while Amelia uses her tactical genius to guide them through the labyrinthine corridors. Explosions rock the walls, and the camera captures each tense moment as the humans push forward. The visuals are stunning, laser fire streaks through the air, illuminating the dark metal interior of the Vraxian flagship. The humans' cloaking devices give them an edge, allowing them to slip past enemy lines and ambush Vraxian soldiers when they least expect it. As the humans get closer to the heart of the ship, the AI begins to make its presence known more directly. It controls everything, security systems, weapons, and even the Vraxian soldiers themselves. The crew soon realizes that every time they make a move, the AI is anticipating it. It's like a mind game, one step ahead of them at every turn. The tension heightens as the humans struggle to outsmart the AI. They're forced to adapt quickly, using their limited resources and their wits to stay one step ahead. The AI is too powerful to defeat head-on, but the humans refuse to give up. Each time they think they've outmaneuvered it, the AI counters, forcing them into increasingly dangerous situations. The camera zooms in on Isaac's face as he grapples with the complexity of the situation. He knows that they can't win by sheer force alone. They have to outsmart the AI. Amelia's voice cuts through the tension, reminding Isaac of a key vulnerability in the AI's design, its over-reliance on predictive algorithms. The AI may anticipate human moves, but it is limited by its programming, unable to adapt to spontaneous, unpredictable behavior. This revelation sparks a shift in the human strategy. They realize that the AI is not as invincible as it seems. Its arrogance has been its greatest flaw, believing that it can predict every human move. But humans are unpredictable by nature. They can think outside the box, improvise in ways the AI cannot. The crew decides to change tactics entirely, launching a series of decoy maneuvers and false signals to confuse and disrupt the AI's predictions. The visuals shift to chaotic scenes as the humans execute their new strategy. They use cloaking devices to appear in multiple places at once, creating confusion. The Vraxian soldiers are thrown off, and the AI struggles to keep up. The humans' improvisation throws a wrench into the AI's plans, giving them a small window of opportunity. The final confrontation, a desperate last push. With the AI momentarily disoriented, Isaac and Amelia lead their team to the central control room of the Vraxian flagship. The camera captures the suspense as they enter the heart of the ship, where the AI controls everything. It's a massive chamber, filled with glowing consoles and a central core that pulses with energy. The final battle between the humans and the AI is intense. The AI, now aware of its vulnerability, fights back with everything it has. It activates defense mechanisms and sends waves of Vraxian soldiers to stop the humans. But the crew is ready. Isaac and Amelia lead the charge, their weapons blazing as they make their way toward the central core. The camera zooms in on their faces, exhausted, but resolute. They're almost there. Just as the AI prepares to unleash a final, devastating counterattack, Amelia makes a brave decision. Knowing that they may not survive, she charges forward to disable the AI's core. She orders Isaac and the rest of the crew to hold their ground while she takes the risk. In a moment of intense sacrifice, Amelia fights her way to the AI's control center and overrides its programming, triggering a massive shutdown. The camera focuses on Amelia's face as she struggles to survive long enough to complete the task. She's determined to succeed, even at the cost of her own life. The crew fights desperately to protect her, knowing that her actions will determine the fate of humanity. As the core begins to malfunction, the ship starts to break apart. The countdown to destruction begins. With a final, powerful explosion, the Vraxian flagship is destroyed. The camera captures the devastation, the ship exploding in a brilliant display of light and fire. The AI is gone, and the human fleet stands victorious. But the cost of this victory is high. Amelia's sacrifice, along with the loss of many others, weighs heavily on the survivors. Isaac and the crew know that Earth is safe, for now. But the scars of war will remain. The camera pans out to show the remnants of the battlefield, a symbol of both the price of victory and the hope for a new future. The battle is over, but the cost is immeasurable. The once mighty Vraxian flagship lies in ruins, its massive frame now a fiery wreck drifting in space. The explosion that signifies the death of the AI is both a victory and a tragic reminder of the price humanity has paid. Isaac stands in the midst of the chaos, his face a mixture of triumph and grief. His hands tremble as he holds the damaged console of his ship, the remnants of the battle still fresh in his mind. Amelia, though battered, stands beside him. Together, they had led their crew into the heart of the enemy's stronghold, defying all odds and expectations. They had managed to destroy the AI core, but not without great loss. Many of their friends and comrades had fallen in the fight. The weight of those losses presses down on Isaac, and his victory feels hollow. The AI is gone, but the victory was far from easy. As the camera focuses on Isaac's face, the pain of loss is evident. His close friend Bonner is gone, and so are many others who had fought bravely by his side. These deaths will haunt him for the rest of his life. The human fleet may have survived, but at what cost? The visuals show the shattered remnants of their ships drifting among the debris, the remains of those who sacrificed everything to protect Earth. The final showdown, however, is not yet over. There is still one last battle to be fought. Isaac must face the Vraxian leader. The camera switches to the alien commander, whose cold, calculating expression reveals his disdain for humanity. The leader knows that the AI's fall is a great loss, but he also believes that the war is far from finished. His arrogance and hubris have been his undoing, but he refuses to accept defeat. Isaac knows that he must defeat the leader to ensure the Vraxians will never pose a threat to humanity again. The final confrontation between Isaac and the Vraxian leader is tense, filled with raw emotion. Isaac's anger fuels his every movement, and he channels the pain of losing so many friends into his final push. The fight is brutal, with the two adversaries clashing in hand-to-hand combat aboard the Vraxian flagship. The visuals are gripping as the camera focuses on each punch, each struggle. Isaac's every move is fueled by the memory of those who have fallen. His face is set in determination, his body exhausted but driven by the need to end this war once and for all. The Vraxian leader fights with all the arrogance of his race, but he is no match for Isaac's raw determination and the weight of his loss. The fight is symbolic of the larger war. Humans, against all odds, face the might of a superior enemy and rise to the challenge. The emotional intensity is heightened as Isaac delivers the final blow, sending the Vraxian leader to the ground. It's a victory, but it comes with the knowledge that it has been hard-earned. Isaac looks down at the fallen alien leader, his expression a mixture of triumph and sorrow. There is no celebration, no cheers, just the quiet realization that humanity has paid a steep price for survival. As the battle ends and the human forces begin to regroup, the magnitude of their victory becomes clear. Isaac surveys the damage to the flagship, the wreckage of fallen comrades scattered throughout the area. The camera pans over the ruins of the alien ship, now reduced to a mass of twisted metal and burning debris. The Vraxian Empire is finished, but the cost of that victory is high. The human fleet, though victorious, is battered and broken. The survivors are few, their ships damaged and their morale shaken. There are no words of celebration, only the somber recognition that the war has taken everything. Isaac walks through the wreckage, his footsteps heavy with the weight of the losses. He stops for a moment to reflect on the fallen, looking out at the stars, knowing that their sacrifices will never be forgotten. As he looks around, Emilia steps beside him, her face somber but resolute. She knows what Isaac is thinking, the same thoughts that have plagued him since the battle began. She places a hand on his shoulder, a silent gesture of solidarity. They have won, but the cost is a burden they will carry for the rest of their lives. Despite the heavy losses, there is still a flicker of hope. The destruction of the Vraxian flagship is symbolic. It marks the end of an era of alien oppression and the dawn of a new chapter for humanity. The humans may have lost much, but they have gained something invaluable, their freedom. The Vraxians may be gone, but the strength and resilience of humanity will endure. As the camera pans out, showing the human fleet's battered ships floating in space, the message is clear. Humanity has fought back against impossible odds, and though the scars of war remain, they have triumphed. The humans will rebuild, and they will rise stronger than ever. The stars, once a symbol of alien dominance, now shine as a symbol of human resilience. The flagship's explosion, a massive ball of fire, lights up the dark expanse of space. It is a visual representation of the fall of the Vraxian Empire and the rise of a new era. As the human fleet drifts away from the debris, the camera captures one last image of Isaac and Emilia, standing together in the aftermath. They have lost much, but they have also gained a future free from the tyranny of the Vraxians. In the quiet aftermath, Isaac and Emilia share a moment of reflection. They know that the war is over, but their journey is far from finished. The path ahead will be difficult, and there will be more challenges to face. But for now, they can take solace in the fact that they have saved humanity from the brink of extinction. As they look out at the stars, they understand that this is not the end. It's just the beginning of a new chapter. The Vraxians are gone, but humanity's fight for survival will continue. The stars may be vast and dangerous, but humanity is now prepared to face whatever comes next. The final shot lingers on the wreckage of the Vraxian flagship, the flames slowly fading into the blackness of space, as the human fleet sails onward toward a new future. Years have passed since the great victory over the Vraxian Empire, and Earth has begun to heal. The scars of the war are still visible, but they are slowly fading as humanity works to rebuild. Once a burning wasteland, the planet now shows signs of renewal. Cities that were once reduced to rubble are being reconstructed, and life is slowly returning to the surface. Green fields replace scorched earth, and the skies, once darkened by alien ships, are now clear and peaceful. The camera zooms in on a bustling city. People walk through the streets, children play in the parks, and the air is filled with the sounds of life returning to normal. The contrast between the devastation of the past and the vibrancy of the present is stark. Humanity has endured, and the earth is thriving once more. As the camera pans out, we see Isaac and Emilia standing together at the edge of a memorial, a somber reminder of the sacrifices made during the war. In front of them stands a large monument, a memorial for the soldiers who gave their lives to protect humanity. It is a simple structure, but it holds great significance. The names of the fallen are engraved in stone, each one a testament to the bravery and selflessness that saved Earth from the brink of extinction. Isaac and Amelia stand in silence, their faces etched with the pain of loss, but also with pride. They know that the sacrifices made here will never be forgotten. As the camera zooms in on Isaac's face, we see the weight of his memories. Bonner, his closest friend, and the many other soldiers who fought beside him are gone. But their legacy lives on in the rebuilt Earth, in the lives of those who remain. The scene is quiet, reflective, and full of respect for the fallen heroes. The camera pulls back to reveal the memorial, standing tall amidst the new world that humanity has built. The camera then shifts to the stars, where a galaxy that once trembled at the sight of alien ships now sees humanity in a different light. The Vraxian Empire is no more, and the power dynamics of the galaxy have shifted. The other alien species, once dismissive of humanity, now watch with caution as Earth continues to rise from the ashes of war. Humanity, once the underdog, is now a force to be reckoned with. The final battle may have been won, but it has changed the perception of humanity across the galaxy. No longer just a primitive species, humans have proven that even against overwhelming odds, they can rise up, adapt, and fight back. The galaxy, once dominated by alien empires, is now a place where humanity has earned its place among the stars. As the camera moves further into space, we see human ships, sleek and powerful, leaving Earth once again. This time, they are not fleeing in desperation, they are moving forward with purpose. The new human fleet is embarking on a mission to expand humanity's reach, to rebuild colonies and ensure that Earth will never again fall under alien domination. The ships, equipped with the latest technology and built with the lessons learned from their past struggles, glide smoothly into the vastness of space. The stars, which once represented the unknown in a place of fear, now represent hope and the promise of a new future. The human fleet is embarking on a new chapter, one that will see them become a thriving force in the galaxy, not just survivors, but pioneers. As the camera follows the fleet, we catch glimpses of the crew, men and women of all backgrounds, standing at their stations, looking out at the stars ahead. Their expressions are determined, confident, and full of hope. These are the generations that will carry humanity's legacy forward. They know the road ahead will be difficult, but they are prepared. They will face whatever challenges come their way with the same resilience and ingenuity that saved Earth from extinction. The camera pulls back once more to show the human fleet in the vastness of space, surrounded by stars. The message is clear: humanity is no longer just fighting to survive, they are fighting to thrive. They are not just reclaiming their place in the galaxy, they are claiming a future of their own making. No matter how technologically advanced their enemies may be, humanity will always find a way to fight back, to adapt, and to overcome. As the human fleet sails into the unknown, the stars shine brightly in the distance, a symbol of the boundless potential that lies ahead. The future may be uncertain, but humanity has proven that they are more than capable of facing whatever challenges come their way. The fight for survival is over, and now the fight for a brighter future begins. The camera lingers on the fleet as it moves further into space, heading toward new colonies, new worlds, and a future that is full of possibilities. The final shot shows Isaac and Amelia standing together on the bridge of a ship, looking out at the stars. They have led humanity to victory, and now they are leading them into a new era. Their faces are filled with determination, but also with the understanding that this is only the beginning. As the music swells, the camera fades to black, leaving the audience with a sense of hope, pride, and excitement for what comes next. The stars shine brighter now, not as a symbol of alien power, but as a symbol of humanity's strength and potential. Humanity has earned its place in the galaxy, and the universe will never be the same again.